Sports fans of all ages.
Oh, I like
Broadcasting live from the heart of the Duke City.
What do you need,
it's
trouble?
time for a great afternoon of sports entertainment talk.
Yeah.
Get ready for in-depth discussions on everything from the court to the field, mixed with the business and culture that orbit the sports world. Whether it's the latest blockbuster trade or the societal impact of sports. Two Men On with your hosts, Van Nunley and Fred Slow, with producer Isaiah Johnson on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sport.
Mike's hot.
Viva la raza! I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. Yo, mamacita, I got that passion that's lasting long. Los mujeres fall in love with that Latin charm. One woman isn't enough, amigo. Siempre cogiendo más mujeres porque soy latino. And I'm tough and it's up.
Nothing. I don't know what this is. It's making me anxious. Why are we doing this right now?
Feel it, hey. Oye, lo claro, I ain't the one you wanna meet. Hay nada más caliente. I'm too hot for you, yo. Latino heat.
You don't know about the Latino Heat? Eddie Guerrero?
Latino Heat?
What
do you mean, like
Viva la raza?
Like Old El Paso salsa? Like Latino Heat? Like that kind of Latino Heat?
Red or green?
All right, Isaiah, we're coming in hard with the Eddie Guerrero. What's up?
Oh yeah. It's his birthday today. I saw that.
Let's go.
Yeah, today is Eddie Guerrero's birthday, and I said, all right, to start the show off strong, we're gonna come in with Mr. Eddie Guerrero.
Thank goodness, because when I started roasting that song, in the back of my head, I was like, oh crap, did he pass today? Like, am I roasting the song of a formerly living person?
Yeah, that is correct. Passed in 2005.
Okay.
Also, New Mexico Highlands alum. So, New Mexico Highlands University, Eddie Guerrero.
Learning so much.
From El Paso, Texas. And really is what made the SmackDown brand in WWE, if you're going to be honest. Him and the other cruiserweights brought over from WCW, established WWE as just a real player on Thursday and Friday nights. Obviously, various different forms of substance abuse. Went through tough bout with alcoholism and painkillers, and these real life issues were incorporated into storylines. Okay. So it was a part of storytelling that took theater and real life and put it in front of individuals for a way for them to really connect. It was kind of a special thing.
Well, with that really beautifully laid out story, they should have gave him a way better song. That song's garbage. That was really bad. It was really bad.
It's super iconic. It's like maybe the best. Thank you, Steve.
It was like the worst one I've ever heard.
Dude was ripped in this day.
Well, steroids. So the
that's part of it. That was part of the cavalcade of drugs.
Part of the game was that, and then he also this is similar to like the Samoan dynasties, the Anawahi dynasties in pro wrestling. Almost every single Mexican and Puerto Rican wrestlers, they're all related. So
I don't think that's accurate.
In this world, it is
a little stereotypical of you.
No, they're
white guy from the Midwest.
They're all the same deal. So Eddie
I see Carlos, the real sombrero man back there. Carlos, are you related to everyone
in pro wrestling?
Oh, is it just pro wrestling? Oh, it wasn't all Spanish.
Yeah. So he was
descent.
Correct. The shoot cousin of Rey Mysterio, the uncle to Rey Mysterio Jr.
Cousin.
I swear to God, dude. Viva la Raza. Long live the race is what it stands for. There you go.
Yeah, I know.
Correct. Especially when you say it like that.
I say it the way I say it. That's my
That's
thing.
offensive. You thought that all Mexicans are related.
Yeah. I did not.
Offensive.
Again, I did not say that.
Hey, Zay, let's run that back.
I don't know who said that.
Did you clip that already?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Did you clip the Viva la Raza?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was way more offensive than everyone's related.
Okay. And also, if we're going to start the show with obscure birthdays moving forward, why don't you give us more of a heads up?
Yeah.
Because I have Eddie Guerrero down. Like, I can do it. But the second you start coming in with whatever tennis player that Steve Palmisano is in love with, we're done for here. Like, we won't be able to do this program successfully if you're celebrating Billie Jean Jr. She didn't have kids because of
her lifestyle.
Her lifestyle.
Oh.
Yeah, her
interested.
Not her thing. She's a little Chapel Roan. She doesn't. That's not her thing.
That's a reference.
I stopped listening.
I think Fred Googled Chapel Roan today, and he had to drop one in. You got it out of the way real fast.
I was learning about the Midwest princess herself. That's what I was doing. So there you go. Okay. We're at the Duke store. What's up, Steve Palmisano?
It's been like forever.
Okay, well, we were busy.
Well, welcome back.
Eddie Guerrero's nephew, Chavo Guerrero, incredibly famous in the world of pro wrestling. Just
Chavo?
Chavo.
Isn't that the B guy from Sabato Gigante?
Now you're thinking of Juventud Guerrero, who is also related to Eddie Guerrero.
He's not the B guy? I wonder what his name is.
He's the first guy that Chris Jericho ever wrestled in WCW. You can have that as a little tidbit.
Nice.
I'm looking this up.
Steve Palmisano.
Roberto Gomez Bolanos. Or Chesperito.
CGB. He's talking about CGB over there. Steve Palmisano told us before the program that Wimbledon is getting rid of their line judges, and I didn't think that would happen before baseball got automatic balls and strikes. So Steve did a little bit of you die today with Wimbledon making this announcement that they don't care about lines.
Correct.
Don't they do chalk there? Yeah, isn't that clay?
Chalk is going to fly up and nobody's going to care.
Well, they got the piece in their ear, like the line judge, like the electronic system tells them if it's in or not.
Yeah, but you don't get the cool arm thing anymore.
But I'd rather see a tennis player like argue with a robot. Like try to fight the robot line judge. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I hear that
technology.
I think the lines now are doing by drones. They're like automatic drones.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
Flying above.
Well, hold on. I didn't know drones only meant flying, so I need to apologize. I thought that could also be like on wheels.
Like a robot?
That's what I'm saying. Does drone mean flying only? Because I'm literally learning this because I thought drone could be like any sort of robot.
Drone is what I do when we start the show talking about wrestling.
Right. Drone.
No, I think it's common to think that all drones are flying. I think most of them are, but I'm positive there are like little ground remote robots that are called drones.
Yeah, that's what I think. That is accurate too. Like
I think no, flying is drone. On the ground is a droid, I believe, is the terminology.
Say it again.
Flying drone,
okay.
Ground droid.
I don't hate this logic.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's accurate.
Well, whether it is or not, I said it out loud just now, so we're going to lean into it really hard.
Yeah, so I'm just envisioning a little droid like running back and forth behind the baseline.
One that looks like a human, or one that looks like
is on the right line.
All right, what about you? Ever see those Boston Technologies where they make the dogs?
Yeah, those are insanely creepy.
Yeah,
I'm reading here. It said yes, all drones are flying machines. Definition: a drone, also known as an unmanned aerial vehicle. UAV is an aircraft that can fly without a human pilot or passengers on board.
Look up automatic vehicle ground. See what that's called. Okay. AVG. I'm thinking like it has a little bit like little monster truck tires, like when you get an RC car. And then so here, but I'm being serious on this part that I'm about to say. That's what does the lines now. It's not like a person out there with like a chalk line walking over it like it historically was. Like it's like there's like a robot.
The system already can like call it in or out in a 1/10 of a second.
And
the human has to sit there and think about it.
I don't want to
like consider his emotions.
What do you think those are? Are they down the line like where the line judge used to sit, or are they?
No, there's 360 degrees of cameras around the building
above the top.
100%. Like it's, and then they do it the same way that they do the first down line. Like, right. You know when you watch Major League Baseball?
Yeah.
And on the TV they have that little white square.
Yeah.
You know that's not actually there in the stadium.
Oh, I thought it was.
That's what I'm saying. It's the same thing.
Army drones for the ground, also known as unmanned ground vehicles, are used in a variety of military applications.
UGV.
So this is weird.
Like, droid is a ground-based robot.
But it says Army drones for the ground.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, just say droid.
Yeah.
Droid, I think, is a cell phone, dude. I'm
like lazy. Just call them all drones.
That's what I was trying to do. And then you guys came at me low key kind of hard.
Well, because they're not, they shouldn't be. Can't they come up with another word?
For ground drones?
Yeah.
It already exists. It's called droid.
No, droid is a cell phone, dude.
No, that's the program named after a ground-based robot.
Just
Well,
ask Luke.
it says UGV too, so unmanned ground vehicle, whereas the UAV is an unmanned aerial vehicle.
Oh, so
I think
then
it might both be drones though,
Hard disagree.
because it does say
Yeah.
army.
Yeah.
It says army drones for the ground. I feel like they would have said droids, also known as.
also,
unmanned.
why did you go to military? Like, we're talking about tennis use. Like,
Mhm.
can you like? Is
Yeah.
there, look up like Parks and Rec or
Sure.
something.
Parks and Rec
Also,
drone?
if you're getting rid of the line judges and replacing them with droids, well, you got to get the ball girls next and replace them with those little puppy machines.
From the Boston
So-
Technologies.
Yeah.
Right.
And they
So I
just
was a line judge for John McEnroe one time.
You were?
Yeah.
How old were you?
how big were his lines?
College.
Yeah. Did he do big lines?
Yeah,
He might have
he's like a straw
beforehand
guy,
or
dollar bill
afterwards.
guy. Like
And he was my favorite player.
Of
So-
cou- yes,
so-
of course he was.
So
Yeah.
everybody,
He yelled at people.
Yeah. because they deserved it.
I googled droid, and I'm only getting science fiction answers. It says in science fiction, that's the first thing it says in science fiction: a robot, especially one with an appearance resembling that of a human.
I'm seeing what
maybe
you
it's
just said previously, that drones are aerial and ground, and droids are ground, UAV and UGV.
Stop saying droid. Droid is not a thing.
It is.
You just slid droid in
Consult
there.
the interwebs.
Yeah, no, you're lying.
I'm looking at the interwebs. The Google himself, Rick F. Google, is telling me right now about the difference between drones and droids.
Also, Steve, not to correct you from your understanding, automated versus remotely controlled, very important here. Because I'm telling you, the one for the tennis is automated.
Yeah. He's always working, even when no one's playing tennis.
Right.
The tennis droid is always there watching the lines.
Just like Elf on the Shelf.
Mm-hmm.
What does he do?
He's like the Noid, but for Christmas.
Yeah.
Isaiah didn't know what the Noid is.
No way.
Mm-mm.
You got to avoid him.
Today's I9 Varsity of 90s marketing campaigns.
Okay, I'm into this.
All right. All right. So you are doing the ball. You're doing lines with John McEnroe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Called one out. and
Okay.
he thought it was in. So
He-
of course he yelled at me.
John McEnroe yelled
Yeah.
at you. Did he
You,
call
you
you?
did it on
exhibition
purpose,
match.
so he would
No,
yell at
you
you.
wanted
I
to
just started
shine.
laughing.
Did he call you Steven?
No, we didn't know each other.
He didn't bother to.
No.
He didn't bother to learn your name before.
No,
Where was
He
this at? Wimbledon.
it was at
Miami
Tingley
Open.
Coliseum.
Hold up. Now you super lost me.
It was an exhibition match.
Now I've been to Tingley Coliseum.
Yeah, they put a cord in there.
Okay, this is making more sense now because I was just thinking brushed concrete.
Yeah, parking lot.
Yeah, like roller derby was in there.
Yeah, nope, they put a cord. Mats Wilander was his opponent.
Isaiah hit the dumb button. I don't know if that's a cuss word or not.
Yeah, it
we're
could
not
be
gonna-
something in
Yeah, we're not
German.
going to chance it. Okay, so
Beat that out.
he was beating up Mats Wilander,
Wilander, he was a Swedish player.
and
He's
he
good.
let me
You didn't know
guess,
who he was?
he had it coming too.
No, he just walked to the other court because he knew that.
Failed.
But we had a little interaction. He's like, "Really?" And I said, "Yeah." And he's like, and he looked at the ump and he looked back at me and shook his head.
Now again, how old were you?
I think I was in college.
So you're a young boy.
Yeah.
So he looked at young boy Steve.
Mhm.
Yeah.
YBS.
And
Is
I
that
just,
automated?
I just started laughing because all my friends, everybody at the time said, he's going to yell at you. You're going to call one.
Yeah.
And it happened.
Well, and he wasn't mad at you. He was just disappointed.
He was just
Mhm.
acting like he had a reputation to uphold at that point.
Now, if he would have done that to me, if I'd have been in your position,
Mhm.
now give me, and you can paraphrase. It doesn't have to be exact. Can you give me a paraphrasing of what he said to you?
He said, "Get that out of here. That was not out."
What words are
He
you
didn't
skipping?
Yeah, what would
Did
he-
you forget the words that he
didn't say
said?
that. No, I don't think he said that.
Now, what did you say? Did you say
I just laughed.
yes,
I
sir,
just
sorry,
said,
sir?
I said no. I said it was in.
You said call
Or
me.
I said it was out, and he said it was in. I said it was out.
Now, did you say you can either call me Steve or Mr. Steal Your Girlfriend? Did you say that line?
I did not say that.
Okay, that would have been smooth.
Yeah, it was College Steve. You could have been Savage Mode back then.
Yeah. From the texter, from the Sports Animal text line, friend of the show, Lenny says, yes, Android smartphones can be used to control unmanned ground vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
I believe I know what he's talking about. He's talking about remote controls for remote control cars.
Oh,
because I did that when I was a kid. I had the.
You had a Droid?
Well, I don't know, but the remote had like a faux steering wheel on it, and there was a trigger for gas. I don't know if you guys recall this. And it had a periscoping antennae.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you do jumps with it, and I believe that is by this UGV definition a drone.
Droid.
No, it's a RC. It's a remote control.
Yeah.
Is that remote or radio? Because
It's radio.
Now this says here the operator attaches
Limited distance.
They attach their phone to a transmitter. It logs into a corresponding application on the car, which you can see through the camera. Okay, I'm super into this. I want that.
You haven't seen people flying droids from their phones?
Well, this one's on the ground. I have zero interest in flight. Like, I'm not trying to be weird here. I understand it as a tool. I don't think it's special. It's not sexy to me. But being able to take like a cool RC car off some jumps or curbs, to me, is the business. That is the coolest.
I mean, that's spoken like a person who's grown up with airplanes. Like, let's go back a couple decades, Fred. Like you've been dumbed down in your appreciation of the magic of flight.
What about the racing drones? Like they're this big. They fly them all through the abandoned buildings.
So I do have a strong opinion on this. Thank you for asking. Yes.
You like that one.
No, I hate that one.
That one's cool.
So, no, that one is for losers. Because I've watched those competitions, and the guys that do it, I don't want to hang out with. Like, they don't look like cool guys.
Now that's what I call pod racing.
Yeah, see, that's what Now, the one where Lister from Red Dwarf is the host, and the machines beat each other up with hammers and saw blades.
You're
and
talking
machine
about
guns.
you talking about Rock'em Sock'em droids?
Robot.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, and a Coliseum of Death. I believe it's called Battle Robots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That one
Rocks.
I'm into that one. The one where, what's that, Isaiah?
No, continue.
The one where you build a machine of destruction,
Sure.
and then you face it off against another machine of destruction to prove your worth against them.
Yeah.
That to me
It's not
is
just you. It's a team of guys, people.
first of all, it's a team of they.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
in that world, probably.
And
Yeah,
specifically
the
for
one where
sure.
it flipped,
Yeah.
flipped it up.
itself
And
or the opponent.
And
and it made it aerial. You were trying to mess with me right now.
the one with,
The guy with the single saw blade is undefeated.
Well,
no one
then
can
the other
beat-
one
Spin in
was
a
flipping-
circle guy.
He flipped him like 20 times. He was just couldn't the saw blade.
What are
couldn't
you
get
guys
to the,
going on about? The one where it's a carousel and then the razor blades, due to centrifugal force, get thrown out to the side to create a spinning carousel of death? You're going to tell me there's one better than that?
Yeah, the single spinny razor boy.
That's what I just.
He's undefeated.
Now, if there was one.
There was a toy that was cooler that I was going to say than all of those, and it was like that little robot, right? Did you guys ever have that? It was called like a Robo Quad, and it could dance, it could pick up cups, it could walk in circles, and you could even make it like
in 2015 when you were a kid.
No, this was back in 2000, and that's a great one. It was like 2005.
Homeboy.
Isaiah, I was an adult with a child.
No, we had Speak and Spell. Like that's
Yeah.
all we had. Hey, that's
That little thing does look kind of cool, though. That's like the precursor to the robot dogs. Excuse me, droid dogs.
Well, and also I saw legislation.
2007.
There's legislation right now in front of our United States Congress that says that technology companies can no longer build robots that look like people because it's too confusing to how we perceive like inanimate objects.
Right.
That's a real thing.
Yeah.
I thought just
everybody else
because
is
lonely people just try to get it on with them all the
So
time.
that's the thing too,
Yeah.
right? Because if you meet a new technology or an alien, all you want to do is beat it up or make love to it.
Correct.
Those
There's
are
no
the-
middle ground.
There's no middle ground.
No middle ground.
What do you
Yeah.
got? How are you going to learn from it? You built it.
You guess which one I'm going to do.
All right. The
Meat Morp.
Sports Animal text line. Thank you. It's called BattleBots. BattleBots. Now, if you have a BattleBot that releases a drone into the air, okay, so you then have what?
See, I think these have to be droids. Like they have to be on the ground. I don't think flying is part of the rules. because that'd be a cheat code. You just attack them from the top every time.
That's what I'm saying. You have higher ground.
Yeah.
And you know,
Thank you, Obi-Wan.
You're welcome. And we technically have no ground. Kamikaze is what I'm trying to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And I apologize. It wasn't RoboQuad. I did also have, but it was RoboSapien. That was the person that could pick up.
Okay, this explains a lot of your fetishes.
RoboSapien could pick up the cups and dance. But the RoboQuad was the newer version.
Dang, dude. Did this thing come in black? This thing sucks.
Do you remember Battleship where you used to have to say F4 to the...
Yes.
Yeah, of course we remember that.
Yeah. Everybody remembers that.
You sunk my battleship.
Exactly.
Programming.
That's the precursor to BattleBots. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if we're doing this game, I would say the Abacus is the precursor.
Yeah. Or I'd just say actual war. Because that's what kind of where it all started, right? The first violence.
Yeah, you familiar with Cain and Abel, dog?
Yeah.
Yeah. Taking it way back.
Wow. Learn something new. Robots came from Battlefield.
Yeah.
Source Steve.
Okay. What is, you mean Battleship? Did you just call Battleship Battlefield?
Yeah.
I said Battleship.
He said Battlefield. He meant Battleship.
He said Battlefield.
He said Battlefield.
Like the video game.
You guys are all wrong.
Galaga could be
I put down a timestamp.
The
419.
Legendary John Travolta driven movie Battlefield Earth. Like, is that where they came from? Battlefield Earth?
I also never saw that.
Money laundering for Scientology?
Face Off, you mean?
I always mean Face Off, but not this instance.
Oh.
What did you? I don't know if you know this.
Travolta.
This is a real story. So it was the year I moved here, 2017, and I'm staying at Van's house. Whatever, it's this whole story, but this is how we became friends. And I said to Van, did you know they're making a new Planet Earth? And I was talking obviously in reference to the Discovery Channel's Planet Earth series, which was revolutionary at the time. And Van said, where are they going to find the dirt? Because he thought they were making a new Earth.
Yeah.
The planet of Earth.
It's very smart. You need a backup plan. What you do is you shoot missiles at the moon with dirt in them.
Do you understand how tight
and you terraform the moon?
What is that word?
So we have a backup plan.
Terrorize it?
I would never terrorize the moon. I love the moon too much.
When we get back from the break, sports. We're live at the Albuquerque Duke store. Steve Palmisano's with us till 5:30, and then he has to rush off. See what you got going on tonight.
Might be earlier than that.
Oh, God.
The way this show's going.
If you did terraform the Earth with terror, it would become radioactive.
Which is an Imagine Dragons song that they're playing live at Isleta tonight.
Tonight, it's Two Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. the minimum requirements of this job, follow me. That's towards the door.
And you always do it. You're supposed to do it like Friday at like 4:00.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and that's the interesting part too, right? Because Woody got embarrassed in front of all of his English buddies.
That's more of it than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Also, I love soap opera stuff. The only reason the NFL is any good, soap opera stuff.
You don't think Aaron was the one that said, no, take him out right then. Bring security.
Now, if there's any photos of him like in the hallway eating popcorn like Michael Jackson, then yes, I'm going to say you're correct.
Do you think Aaron Rodgers intercepted him on the way out and like tried to stop and say some nice things?
Probably.
I mean, Rodgers and interceptions. I mean, that seems commonplace. Gave him one last shove. He loved him so much, apparently.
A little love shove?
Only the best. Bubba the Love Sponge and the shove.
Okay.
Also, you don't have to plead the fifth when you're doing Pat McAfee interviews. Like, you can just always lie. Like, Aaron Rodgers is always
like
done.
He's so unbelievably accustomed to. Yeah, he's okay. He's good at it.
He's not going to make it through the season anyway.
He's playing poor. Robert Saleh wasn't the reason they lost. Aaron Rodgers' pick 6 and his 2 other interceptions is why they lost.
How do you guys feel about Aaron Rodgers having to defend himself against conspiracy theories on a scale of 1 to the most ironic thing you've ever heard?
I need you to turn it up to 11 because it's not enough for me yet. I need way more of it.
Well, he's done. Also, how many times will that locker room, I guess media was today, but I didn't see anything. But how many times are these guys just regurgitating, I'm focused on the future?
Mm-hmm.
Like, there'll be nothing more coming out of this.
The Marshawn Lynch, I'm here so I don't get fined. I'm here so I don't get fined.
No one's going to steal that. That's been used.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever had to lie in front of a lot of people? Have you ever been in a situation where you just have to just JD Vance through your teeth?
Yeah. It's called 2 Men On. We're live Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. I do it for 15 hours a week.
Yeah, really good game last night. Oh, there it was. Started with the first one.
Yeah.
Greatest Major League Baseball playoff ever. No.
Now, hold on. You're on to something on here, at least in the National League.
See Palmisano checking his watch as he's going to Imagine Dragons tonight.
Imagine Dragon.
What do you enjoy most about the Imagine Dragons?
Their music.
It's just that one big drum. That's all I know about them. I couldn't tell you a single other thing about them.
My favorite thing about Imagining Dragons is do they have scales or feathers?
Right.
Dragons?
If they had scales, it's going to grab the air and not make them very aerodynamic. But if they have feathers, like most dinosaurs are believed to, then when I imagine dragons, I imagine them with feathers.
So let me get this straight. You think only dragons fly? You're going to tell me there's no ground dragons?
Yeah.
Droids.
Ground droid. Droidgans.
Droidgans. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Live from the Albuquerque Duke store. Come down here till 6 o'clock tonight where Van will help you get 10% off your purchase. Mm-hmm. Don't expect to see Steve Palmisano. He's out the door to this Imagine Dragons.
Exactly.
The Sports Animal.
Breaking news, fellas.
Break it.
Just saw on my X account that Florida has banned all pedophiles and sex offenders from being in the shelters.
So, like during the hurricane?
Yeah, so all of the hurricane shelters in Florida are not allowing sex offenders and pedophiles into the shelters. Isn't that?
How do you? There's no way this is a real thing. How would you even vet that at the gate?
For sure. Questionnaire.
You ask them.
That questionnaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking right at it. This is, I don't know anything about News Nation. Is that a legit
You
site?
just like walk in, like, was Michael Jackson guilty or not?
Yeah. Hey, if you did not leave Tampa, I was talking to, if you're a fan of pro wrestling, Brian Idol, who wrestles for us all the time, lives in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to him this morning about it. I'm like, what's the deal out there? He's like, the deal is you batten down and then that's it. That's all you, like, if you haven't left, like, you're here. And all the sports, everything's canceled down there. Like, there's
nothing's going on.
Nothing's going on. Wild.
Stock up water, stock up food, non-perishables mainly, and put a little board up your windows, and whatever your favorite Lord and Savior is, talk to them a lot.
Ugh. Major League Baseball playoffs are better than ever?
Yes. So spicy.
The Tigers took game 3 in Detroit and are 1 win away from advancing to the ALCS.
Let's go Tigers, huh?
That's the weirdest sentence ever said out loud.
Let's go Tigers, or 1 game away from the ALCS?
The one I said. Back-to-back postseason shutouts. What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
I mean, I gotta be a Tigers fan, right? Like,
I am. I'm a huge one.
You want the team who beat your team to win it all, so you could say you lost to the champs, right? So go Tigers now, I guess.
Do you remember when their beat reporter took his honeymoon in October?
Mm.
It sucks.
Whoopsie.
Here's what you can't let a Tiger do. Get hot. Like in the postseason. Like,
because they can't sweat because of all the fur.
Sweat.
Yeah,
the
they
whole thing.
Yeah, they perspire out of their mouth.
Their bullpen is insane.
Yes, they are.
6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and you go, I guess there'll be no more runs today. Also, there were no more runs earlier. It's too much. It's too much.
He's just doing bullpen games every day.
And it's like the most passionate team ever. The most passionate team ever in the postseason, these Detroit Tigers. And it looks like they're probably going to play the Yankees, who, by the way, are a machine. By the way, have zero emotion. By the way, can have home runs robbed, and they don't care. By the way, can have that same home run go over the fence, so they just trot around the bases. By the way, Aaron Judge refuses to do anything in the postseason.
Yeah, he's refusing.
He's batting a buck.
He said no.
A buck 30.
Yeah.
Him and Mookie Betts are having like a suck off.
Like, who can suck the most?
Who can suck the most?
Who sucks hardest?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, suck.
They're in a dead heat.
But not these Tigers. These Tigers are alive. The Padres.
They're like Tigers out there. Right?
Yes.
No, sorry.
No, it's, I mean, you could have said they're showing their stripes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot of puns. You could have.
Roaring with pride.
Ooh, that's a good one. Carlos Tenorio is roaring with pride, skipping the United game tonight to work, apparently. But
I will be there tonight. Don't worry. I wouldn't miss a chance to beat Phoenix and win the West. Are you kidding me? I got, for the people watching on the stream, I got my United kit on today. Somos Unidos.
Sweet. They sold out of their jerseys at the store.
Those jerseys were so hot, people were trying to get in beforehand to get them.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do what?
Trying to get into the team store before they were even available for
Are you
sale.
talking about 3:00 in the morning last night? They wanted them so bad they broke into the store, like that bad.
Yep. But United people are so smart they didn't put them out
So smart.
for that reason,
Yeah.
and then sold them all out.
It's like a pink out tonight, right? Is that what they're doing?
Yeah, it's the breast cancer awareness match tonight, and they will be having their pink jerseys. And so the players' jerseys, players' names on the back, they'll have children
Let's go.
from UNM Cancer Center's
Let's
names on the
go.
back.
Yep.
So it's the kick out cancer night, and then those jerseys will then be auctioned off to go back to the UNM Cancer
Van and I
Foundation.
and Steve have some money.
Mm-hmm.
We could be a part of this.
I have upwards of
You could be great.
$12 on me right
I
now.
call goalie kit.
Is that one also pink? Because the
See, I already
goalie's
seen the
usually a
snap.
different. It's
That's why I
usually a
did that.
different color.
Yeah,
it's usually
100%
The
different.
goalie one's going to be it has to be a different color.
But
Yeah.
what color?
Yeah,
That is a good question. I'm going to guess
Brown.
black.
Baby blue.
brown
Fuchsia.
for prostate
Baby
cancer.
blue. That'd be a good one.
Sky blue.
Sky blue.
Midnight blue.
It's a good
They're
one.
still selling jerseys, kits at the game today.
Yeah, gates open at 5:30. So
Early.
if you haven't got in, you're going to the game. I would get in early.
Steve's
So they-
stopping. He's stopping at the game on his way to the Imagine Dragons concert
Yeah.
tonight. Van went to Foreigner last night. What's up? Your socks still with you? Or are they
Oh my
locked off?
god, I rocked them all the way off. Hey, MILF Central out there. Hey, foreigner gets these chicks turned, dude. My goodness, it was a cougar fest.
What hit the hardest out there?
Lover boy.
Sister Christian.
I
working
mean,
for the
they had
weekend.
like 10-minute intro jam out to Jukebox Hero, and when it started, the crowd went absolutely bonkers. So I think that was the biggest pop. For me, it was Cold as Ice.
Such a
Awesome.
banger.
Foreigner, I was never like a big Foreigner guy.
Yes, you were, and you didn't realize it.
I didn't know it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I didn't know like, oh, I like that song. Oh,
They're
I like
top
that
tier.
song. Oh,
They're
that's a
top-
banger. Oh my god, that's another
Yeah.
banger. Oh my god, that's an all-time classic. Like every song they played, and by the way,
Dirty White Boy.
they did
Dirty,
Dirty White
Boy
Boy.
slaps.
Yeah, they did Dirty White Boy, of course. Like a nice tight hour. Just bang, cranked out all the
Yeah.
hits, and they're gone.
Hot blooded.
Got back on the bus and pounded some Centrum Silver
They
and
went down-
Metamucil and
They're
hit
in
the
El
road.
Paso tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to
Yeah,
the
Cruces.
Oh, is that where it is, Cruces? The best part about Foreigner has more hits than the Eagles. I want to be very clear on
Sure.
this. Foreigner has more hits than Journey. Foreigner has more hits than Queen. What are you gonna say? Say it, Steve.
And I'd have to look at those numbers.
I know you would. Because this is such a controversial
It's like
take.
double vision.
Nice. When we get back from the break, we wrap up the 4:00 hour here at the Albuquerque Duke Store. If you want to swing by the Duke Store, they have all kinds of cool stuff. What am I going to get today? What am I going to get? I got that one already. I own so many of these.
You just want to know what love is? The Duke Store.
Mm-hmm.
95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Mike's hot.
Phillies are currently up 1-0 over the Mets, bottom of the 5th. Tigers were victorious earlier today. Padres were a big win last night. The Dodgers said they had antics. I love that. Mets beat the Phillies last night as well. All right, Van. With Major League Baseball's playoffs being better than ever, is it all ruined if the Dodgers and the Yankees end up winning?
I mean, that's the matchup we all want.
No, we don't.
Dodgers, Yankees. Like, that's the best World Series matchup. But I'm excited for any of these teams. Like, the Phillies are fun to watch. They're spicy as it gets. The Mets, like, they haven't done anything for so long. Like, you got to love the Mets being there.
When's the last time they did anything? 86?
Sure.
Is that what it is?
Against Kansas City, they went to the World Series.
Oh, they did not win it, though. And that's the only thing we ever talk about. I mean, just be correct.
Yeah. Haven't won a World Series since 86.
I can name the last 16 World Series losers. No, does not matter.
Winners were GTFO.
Yeah. You know who Nelly said it best.
Go ahead.
Number 1.
Oh, is that what he? Okay.
2 is not a winner, and 3 nobody remembers. Yankees and Royals play tonight. That'll be very good. And then Dodgers, Padres as well.
A Dodgers fan is going to stab somebody tonight. A Dodgers fan will do something stupid in San Diego tonight.
Because
Mark my words.
Because San Diego leads the series 2-1.
Yeah. I know they're on their way out. San Diego don't care. San Diego's having fun.
San Diego cares. I hate that you just said that. I'm looking at San Diego. I'm looking at them screaming at the Dodgers every time they come off of the field, and I go, hey, that team low-key super cares.
Well, they're chirping. They're having fun.
No, chirping is not what Manny Machado is doing. He screamed so that TBS or Fox or ESPN, whatever camera it was, can pick up. He is bleeping garbage. You can hit his bleeping bleep, swing at his bleep.
Yeah.
I go.
Good. This is fun. Just quit throwing stuff on the field, fans. You're awful.
That part sucks. Also, chirping is about belly itching. These are fighting words.
Mm-hmm.
The NHL started last night. That's a real sentence.
What?
I'm going to tell you
Where?
I'm going to tell you everything I absorbed from mainstream media on the NHL last night whenever we get back. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. We're at the Duke store. Steve Palmisano left. Steve's not here. Man.
He will be missed.
The sports animal.
Jr. has 4 home runs. Mookie Betts has 0 hits.
And the Dodgers fans, too, I want to point out something about that. They are some of the most obnoxious humans I've ever met in my life. They think the world belongs to them. It should be on a silver platter. I think I'd rather take New York Yankee fans than LA Dodger fans any day. And the difference with the Dodgers and the Yankees actually win stuff.
There's no difference.
Don't know if you know this, but the Dodgers, and this comes from an Oakland A's fan, quite the choke artists.
Yeah,
I mean,
very much so.
correct, yeah.
Yeah. Well, 11 out of 12 National League West titles, and their only ship was in the COVID year.
I wouldn't even count that. Their last real World Series in 162, 1988.
I mean, you count 2020.
It counts.
Like everyone played on
Yeah,
the same
yeah,
rules.
yeah.
60 games. Ooh,
Oh
yeah.
man, I can't believe my then Oakland Athletics had the season ripped away from them. No, it's the Dodgers got that one. But that's not the point. The point is Mookie Betts and the Dodgers were more excited about Strauss being on the side of their batting helmet because they're getting these sponsor paychecks than they are about actually winning games.
Also, a great get for KOB's
Eric Strauss.
Yeah,
that's the big guy. The house of
House
right
of Strauss.
there. Fred, you're being that guy again. No, I'm not being that guy. I'm telling you what I'm saying. The series is tied 1-1. You're in San Diego. Chance to steal a game. Joke. Does not care. Excuse me.
I just love rooting for the Padres. They have so much fun out there. And OG, friend of the show, you know how much I love their kits. The jerseys are unrivaled in all of baseball.
Also for the fans, after losing the Chargers, really goes to show you the whole Dean Spanos of, oh, there's no fans here and we have to move to LA. Big F you in their face.
Forget you is what you meant by that.
You.
But yes, it's
and losing Ron Burgundy from San Diego to Hollywood. That was a big loss too.
To be clear, he was a transplant. It's not like he started there. I don't know where this energy is coming from.
The Clippers too moved out of San Diego. People forget that, but you know that's neither here nor there. But yeah, for the fan base and for them who they just lost their owner in the offseason, this is huge for them. So go Padres.
The Dodgers don't care about winning because Mookie assumed the worst on that home run. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
They know that Padres team has their number. And they're just waiting to lose. Also, again, miss me with base pass stuff. Don't want to talk ever about that. It's not a real thing.
Wherever you find yourself out, you just run off the field from there. It's not disrespectful to run in front of Manny Machado. He doesn't care.
Oh, are you going to talk about the code of baseball? You're going to talk about that dumb stuff?
Yeah.
Well, his heel touched the pitcher's mound when he was running across of it.
Ooh.
As the great Dallas Braden would say, stay off my
Stop
mound.
calling great.
He was
as the color commentator, Dallas Braden.
Perfect game thrower, Dallas Braden. Not many players can say that in baseball.
It's 23.
Not Armando Galarraga.
Oh, nice.
Ooh, nice. Harvey Haddix, either. 13 innings, perfect. Gave it up in the 13th.
Mookie is mentally going.
Deep cut, Carlos.
Yeah,
good job.
Deep.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get out the phrase Mookie is going through the motions.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They do. The LA Dodgers do not care about winning.
I do see the Padres finishing them off tonight. Dylan Cease was awful last time he pitched. He will not have 2 bad games in a row.
And Dave Roberts already alluded to, they will be having a bullpen game tonight for the Deutsches. So
everyone gets to lose?
Everyone gets to lose tonight. I mean, share the wealth, boys. I mean, you can pretty much write this tombstone for the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight as ending on October 9th. I'll say about 10:15 local time, the Padres will finish them off.
This year's division series are the first to not have any games under a dome or retractable roof since 2014.
Being played like baseball should, outside.
Correct. And you know why it's kind of fun. And also this has only happened like 4 times in the history of baseball. Modern baseball. 2012 and 96. 96 was the Braves. 2012 was the Red Sox, ? Here's the thing, though. You see it in these fans in the stands. Like these teams that don't ever get a chance to host things, their crowds are there. Also, October's hotter than ever. Look at Florida right now. Also, like, it's not really that huge factor, but people are up and celebrating the night that is baseball. They're up and engaged. Every pitch matters. The crowd is reacting. High fly balls and pop flies and home runs and strikeouts. They all have exclamation points at the end of them. This isn't you're sitting in the air conditioning, feet kicked back, lull, just watching a boring game that you've seen 100 times. What's that cat's name? With the Dodgers. Hernandez hits that grand slam, starts walking. And the crowd just goes, and you got the 3 Dodgers fans out there like, we got you. We're celebrating you. It's the best energy I've ever seen. That's the point I'm trying to get to.
I mean, Teoscar Hernandez is the only guy showing up for the Dodgers. No one else has a batting average over 300 on the Dodgers.
Just to be fair. To be just fair. Thank you. There were 3 guys on base in front of him.
Yeah. That one time. The once.
When we get back from the break, Las Vegas demolished the Tropicana. It's gone. We'll tell you what that means for the future athletics of Las Vegas. It's 2 Minutes on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We're at the Albuquerque Duke store. Come hang out with your boys. Merch is 10% off if you say something derogative about Van.
Low hanging fruit. It's very easy to do, friend of the show.
If you were a fruit,
kind of am.
Nice. Yeah. You'd be Loops.
Yeah, I am loopy too.
Tropicana Hotel on the Las Vegas Strip was blown up real good last night, boys, to clear the land for the eventual Las Vegas A's stadium, along with other redevelopment by the site's owner, the Bally's Corporation. They shot off fireworks. They did a drone show. They did a bunch of stuff with the Sphere. Made it look all the part or whatever. Then they dropped that thing, and it was awesome.
I have not seen the video. I'll play it right.
It was one of the better implosions I've ever seen.
It's the best one I've ever seen. If you recall, in July, the athletics executives said the stadium would be financed in 3 parts: Nevada taxpayers to the tune of about $350 million, debt financing to the tune of about $350 million, and then Fisher of the A's would pay the remaining $850 million.
I still don't think it's going to happen. I
Yeah,
think he's going to have to find another home somewhere.
So non-specific.
It's a baseball field, which I love. I love baseball. But baseball doesn't belong on Vegas. It's just it's taken up way too much of that.
For the rest of the baseball season, it's just a top ball.
It belongs in Oakland.
Yeah, I recently saw that you can't do anything.
Talk to that.
Who's winning?
Anyways, but baseball belongs in Oakland.
What's the next thing that's too short? Is Too Short going to move to Vegas too?
No, not
Gallo Winery.
I'll take our beloved Too Short.
Green Day.
Green Day's moving to Kentucky.
Are they from Oakland? That's
They are. Billy Joe Armstrong from Oakland, and is now banned from Las Vegas radio stations for remarks he made about the city of Las Vegas. I will not say him on air, but feel free to look him up.
I remember what he said. He said, "I don't want to be a Las Vegas idiot."
Good one.
I don't want to be just like John Fisher.
So John Fisher has to, according to the city of Las Vegas, present an irrevocable financing plan. Otherwise, Nevada, the state, said they wouldn't give him what is it, 350, 380? I've seen different numbers on whatever.
Nobody knows.
He also said there has to be, this is what Fisher said, $180 million in property tax breaks and $100 million in ticket tax exemptions. So right now, the whole thing is just on hold, except they're clearing the site. And Bally's is free to use that for anything. It doesn't have to be whatever.
Yeah, this is all just proposed. Like nothing's on paper. Like he doesn't own the site. There's no construction plans. There's just some AI renderings on the internet of what it's going to look like. There's no plan.
Well, and the problem is you're relying on the A's to get it together so they can start playing in Vegas in 2028. Historically, have the A's ever got it together?
Not since Walter Haas was the owner in the 80s and 90s.
That way back. Just went way back.
Miss that guy.
I bet you do.
Yeah. Even though that's how much I miss him. I wasn't alive and I miss that guy. My entire life, it's been bad owners. And this guy.
Oakland cared so little about the baseball team, they made him play baseball on a football field.
It was a baseball stadium till the Raiders decided to ruin it when they moved back.
During baseball games, there would be yard line markers in the outfield.
Those were the good times.
Just for a couple weeks.
Yeah. I miss watching Sebastian Janikowski kick from second base. Those were the days.
That's how Bo Jackson blew his hip, right? He tripped rounding third for the Raiders.
How about
Well,
whenever?
Yeah, he was in LA.
You remember when the Athletics were like, "We miss you so much, Raiders. Yes, we'll go with you."
Mm-hmm.
Mark
That's
Davis
true
not
love.
too happy about that. Believe it or not, Mark Davis not a big fan of John Fisher,
No one
When
is
they
a
were-
big fan of John Fisher.
except Nevada politicians, and I don't know. Carrie Fisher does not deserve to have that last name with him. She is an angel, and John Fisher is the complete opposite.
All right, we need to describe to you what she actually did in her life, and also
And the Raiders squatting in Oakland Coliseum for years. Like, why don't they like
go
Go-
to Allegiant.
go play in Allegiant?
Yeah, they owe you
Like,
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
return
sure.
the favor, huh? We'll show you.
How
free
about,
rent.
How about a little something for the effort?
Got a nice minor league stadium out there in Las Vegas, but
It's
they-
fair. It's not. I mean, it's not Isopes Park. I mean, it's not.
Also, the renderings.
I mean, it is rated the best minor league stadium in baseball. Has a pool.
Whoever's
biggest
taking the
sport-
time to fill out that ratings card, loser.
all the managers.
Yeah, I'll stick to my guns on this one.
the renderings of the proposed Tropicana location
Yeah.
stadium, it's open air.
In
It looks
Vegas,
It
That
looks
is
like two
the
armadillos.
dumbest thing.
no one's going to play baseball in the summer in Las Vegas.
It's looked like somebody asked Chat GPT to like make me a baseball stadium, but make it look more like the Sydney Opera House.
Make one where a guy could die at second base from heat stroke.
Yeah, a long inning.
Yeah,
Okay,
Design that one.
we get to expand our rosters when we play in
Yeah.
Vegas because too many people
Hey,
die.
According to Carson County, is it Carson County? I don't even know what county Vegas is in. According to whatever county Vegas is in, Henderson County, I don't know. I'm just naming cities and putting the word
Clark.
county.
Clark County.
According to Clark County environmental something, all games today, because the heat index will be reduced to 7 innings, just like they do for youth sports.
It's adorable.
Oh yes, good time.
Who's,
And
but-
who's bringing oranges?
Yeah, that's a good one.
The scoreboard too. I don't know if you guys saw that in the renderings. Is on the roof of the stadium. So you have to.
Why are you naming the cool parts, dude? We're trying to say negative stuff.
That is very negative. Who's gonna like break their neck to be like, oh, Brett Rooker's batting 308. That's great. Like,
I think
Good
it's
for
like
Rooker.
legit sweet.
Yeah, I do too. And
Yeah.
also, if you put in some cool reclining chairs, you're not breaking your neck. Just
Yeah.
lean.
They have
Also,
those-
also,
already
do
have
you
those
need to like see a doctor, Carlos? Like, can you not look up?
Yeah, what's your?
Are you okay?
I did hurt my neck the other day at Fiesta.
Okay.
You need me to pop something at Fiesta? That's such a good line.
I hurt myself at
Yeah.
Fiesta.
I expected them just to keep going to the south, but then they got caught in the box. They came right back. It was incredible.
It was indeed a great flight today for me when I went up.
You went up today in a hot air balloon. And you didn't
I
open the
did.
show with this.
I did not. I did not open, but I did fly in Tall Steve today. It was a great 5-mile flight.
Stop.
Landed
Stop
across
everything you just said and break it
Bahamas.
down so that I can understand it. You did what today?
I went up in a hot air balloon
Okay, that part we got.
that was shaped like a tall penguin.
Oh, you went up in the Penguin.
What
His
now?
name
I
is-
did not know his name was Tall
Why
Steve.
did you call him Tall Steve?
Yeah.
Because that's his name. His name is Tall Steve.
No, Tall Steve is the name of a guy that lives down the block.
That's our homie, Tall Steve. He went up in him and our pilot Jeff from Tulsa. Great landing. Flew about 5 miles, landed across from Los Poblamos and Los Ranchos de Albuquerque.
Does he know how they take to Tulsonians there?
Yeah. It's not kind.
And at Los
Also,
Poblamos.
Chapel Roan from Tulsa.
How do you know all this about Chapel Roan? Did
Just
you watch like
letting
a
you
mini
know.
doc on YouTube or something? What are you doing here?
It's actually Joplin, Missouri, but it's like so close.
Mm-hmm.
It's like incredibly close.
I mean, it's right down the street. I mean, Route 66 runs through both. So.
Okay, that's not an actual highway anymore. So
It is still a road.
okay, are we counting the ghost of Sinatra as an actual person? Like it's
Yes, we are.
no, that person is dead. That thing has died.
Oh, Frank Sinatra's dead. That's a bummer.
Hey, that's what you
I
do.
didn't know that.
news.
I'm gonna
Alright.
listen. I'm listening to a bunch of Frank.
Hear me out. Do this. So you do this at the new A Stadium. Sinatra section, Martin section, Lewis section,
Mm-hmm.
Davis Jr. section.
Yep.
Like you do the whole thing. John
Yeah, the
Fisher
extent-
section.
Yeah. And instead of
John
the
Fisher's
instead of the
section.
president races at Nationals Park, you have the the Rat Pack races
so
in the
good.
outfield.
That is a good idea.
Yeah.
As much as I hate the move, that's a good idea.
What do you
That's
mean?
a good idea for the expansion team that's going to Las Vegas, and not the A's, because the A's are going to get stuck in Sacramento.
So this is called denial. This is the
Well, this is one of the stages of
this is
grief.
this is the first stage of grief. Like you're
And I recognize, Carlos, that you're new to producing, but like you're so distraught with this, like you're not even hearing all these good punchlines we have in a row. Like you're so focused on dismay.
It grief is a heck of a thing.
No, but not here, because I heard for years. I literally heard for years how this would never happen. I was assured by A's fan that the A's would never leave Oakland. I was assured that the Tropicana will never come down. I was assured that the city would never pledge $375 million worth of numbers. A's fan has been wrong the entire time.
is there a more delusional group than
No.
hardcore sports fan?
No,
Especially
No.
A's fan?
it's crazy.
Maybe Dodger fans.
Yeah.
And that's what A's fan would say.
I mean, maybe like
I'm not
maybe
saying
maybe
not
Red
lose.
Hats thinking 45's a Christian, but like besides that, sports fans are easily the most delusional.
47.5%. That's what it's always at. It never gets higher. It never gets lower. I don't understand. No matter what happens, you're going to tell me not more or less than 47.5% of people? I don't believe you.
Right.
I don't believe any of these numbers. There are no real numbers.
They're baseball numbers. They're made up.
Well, that's not what I was talking about, but yes.
Yeah, sure.
No, I know that's not what you're talking about, but I was making the comparison of those numbers being fake, and
Baseball fan works themselves into a shoot. Sports fan works themselves into the shoot. I'm going to tell you this. Fisher don't care if 80% of the seats at the Athletics new Coliseum in Vegas have away fans, home fans, corporate visitors, just like Allegiant Stadium. Every casino in town. What's that fan you were telling me the other day about? Like, there's a taco shop on the Strip that makes $1 million a day or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? They can have a corporate block of seats. I'm not saying everyone's going to have an air conditioned suite, but they're all going to have blocks.
Oh, in the 100 percentile. Like, oh, you're staying at the Flamingo this week. Okay, well, part of our ticket package is you get to go to an A's game and have heat stroke, but like you get to go.
Yeah, and then afterwards, you can rehydrate with this other ticket package, which is IVs that will set you up with for the game.
You're gonna need it.
Yeah.
Just walk across to MGM Grand there and refill at the IV and oxygen bar they have.
That's probably real. I don't know if you're joking.
They should just
lean. Oh, no, it is real.
Yeah.
I saw it when I went there for the Mountain West. I can attest that it is real.
Oh, the one thing he could go into. Okay. Now I get it.
No.
They should lean all the way into the Vegas when they're doing it. Should be like the Isotopes, but Vegas.
So they
like you should have the Blue Man Group come out in between innings, and then Cirque du Soleil is flying through the stadium during the game.
What are those ladies that kick their legs? What are they called?
The Rockettes.
Yeah.
Oh.
You put those down the foul line, and when it's foul ball, they do the legs for foul instead. Like,
That's so smart. That's really good.
You super dive into it.
There was a proposal that is now shot down that they would include the Neon Museum in the stadium. So all the old retired casino signs from Fremont Street and the Strip would go inside the stadium.
How would they get those if Pawn Star owns them all?
I guess there's a Neon Museum. The only reason I know this because they also
That's another place that you could go into.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. The MGM Grand Oxygen Bar and the Neon Museum and the Thomas and Mack Center. Only 3 buildings in Las
And
Vegas.
the Neon Museum is building false hype with people, telling them that they're going to have a brick and mortar inside the new stadium to keep the rub going at the current Neon Museum. It's all a work.
Isn't that all Vegas is?
Yeah, it's the best though. It's a place I can spend no amount of time because I only have the best time.
And you should put like Vegas Pawn or Pawn Stars, whoever the hell that is, like put that in the stadium too. Because when people lose their ass gambling, they could just go hawk their watch and go back and like try to double down on like the final 3 innings.
Oh yeah, there's definitely going to be a sports book, in this.
On the back of the
every
seats.
chair.
Yeah. every single chair will have a
your
card swipe.
Your sports book and your high intensity fan, because it's the surface of the sun.
Now, I don't know if this
is used by 14.
I don't know if this reference is going to make sense, but every seat's going to be like Jean-Luc Picard's seat. And he's going to have on the little arm thing.
Beep, beep, boop right there.
Beep, beep, beep. And that's the whole thing. And they're going to say this, like this is going to happen too at Tropicana. When you walk in, or it's not called Tropicana, at A's Field, you're going to walk in and they're going to say, hey, welcome to the Turnstiles or whatever. We're really excited to have you here. Obviously, you can bet at the back of your seat, or if you walk over to customer service, every $1 you charge to your A's card, you get $2 in betting credits, and it's going to be even more. It's going it'll be every free whatever.
Sure.
Hey,
if you accumulate enough A's bucks, you get to cash those in and go up to the 4th floor.
Correct.
Where the special the hooker zone is.
Oh yeah, same. Hey,
and you get to meet Ricky Henderson.
Yeah, he'll be in there.
You're gonna be up there.
For every $100 bet placed this inning, A's fans, you get a T-shirt. Come down to the. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be weird. And then during intermissions, when they do like the 3 hat thing or whatever, the find the baseball thing or whatever, it's actually just going to be a horse race.
An actual horse race.
An actual horse race.
Yeah.
That's what they make the warning track extra wide so you can fit 3 horses back there.
That's awesome. And then there's like, hey, and then they have us obviously sponsored by Elmer's or whatever, but there's a guy that comes out like in case the horse defecates onto the field, and you just hear like the entire crowd going sweep, sweep, sweep as he cleans the whole thing up. Again, Elmer's for reasons.
And instead of like a bouncy house and a slide in the kid zone, it's all like entry-level gambling games.
Instead of 21, it's 20 fun.
Win some fun tokens, kids. You buy a snow cone with your winnings.
Isn't that all Chuck E. Cheese and Peter Piper's are?
Yeah.
Entry-level gambling.
For sure.
I think I read a thing that said that's what TikTok is.
Entry-level gambling?
So I saw because you know how obsessed I am right now because of the election. Like it's the only thing I care about. The thing's going through the House right now. And that's how they're trying to ban the TikTok, is based off of gambling addiction formulas. So for the same reasons you can't, and correct me if I'm wrong on this because I don't know what I'm talking about. When you pay money to like a video game for a prize,
right,
and you don't know what the prize is, that's called something. It's some sort of gambling
loot box. Does that sound correct?
That is, I believe that's what the in-game thing is called, but legally it's called something. This is the worst radio I'm ever giving you, but that's the same thing with TikTok, where it's the next video is that, where whatever that mechanism is called. So they're like, hey, we're going to get rid of it the same way that apps made for kids can't have that dynamic. It's not called a dynamic. What's it called? I don't play video games on my phone. I'm not the guy. Carlos, you play video games on your phone?
On my phone, I play Angry Birds, but that's about it. I think I'm the only person in
still rocking Angry Birds, huh?
Yes,
keeping them in business. What a nice guy.
Did it update to iOS 18 or?
Yeah, you still play it. It's 99 cents.
What?
And it's the original game.
You pay money for it?
Well, it's 99 cents, so I wouldn't count it, but
99 cents a month, or like for a lifetime of birds?
Yeah, no, it's only 99 cents to purchase the app.
Now it's been a lot of years since I played it, but I feel like it was free at some point.
It was.
Watch a commercial.
They came out with Angry Birds 2, which is just awful, and I was like, no, I don't want to do this. So I downloaded.
Oh, you're not actually playing the game. You're just chasing nostalgia.
Yeah, a little,
And they got you for $1. They win again.
It's just $1. In this economy, $1 is free.
Embedded loot boxes is what it's called.
That's what it's called. Embedded
loot boxes.
I don't like the idea that people pay money not knowing what they're going to get in return.
Isn't that what sporting events are?
What?
What's
No, I know I'm going to
entertainment?
get entertained.
Yeah, you get entertained.
You don't know what, as a fan, you don't know what you're getting back. Your team could lose by 20. I mean,
Well, sure, but I was I was sports entertained. That's why I don't have a problem with gambling because you didn't lose your money, you gambled it. Like I want to be very clear on this. That's my problem with what do we call it, embedded loots? Because with embedded loots, you're giving your money away and you don't know for what.
Right.
Like that's not a gamble. That's stealing. You're being stealed
From children.
from children.
Mostly children.
Here's what kids can pay for, and I won't get upset. Duolingo. That's like it.
big fan Duolingo.
See? Let Carlos's little squishy, malleable mind learn how to speak a language.
Yeah, that's so smart.
Yeah, the language of his ancestors.
French.
I don't believe that's how I believe they say Francais, but I'm not trying to be that guy. Like
we miss you.
I think Carlos came loaded with Spanish already, so he doesn't need to learn the language of his people. I think he's trying to learn a third language.
Are you preloaded?
If I would guess.
I know Spanglish.
See, I told you he doesn't.
Does
You can
not
tell by
count.
looking at him.
Yeah. Well, Fred thinks we're all related anyway. So
In
Good
wrestling,
callback. Good
it's 2
callback.
Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Aviva La Raza!
Mike's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Carlos, update us on scores around the league.
The New York Metropolitans, led by the Power of Grimace, have just taken the lead against the Philadelphia Phillies in a very crucial Game 4. The Mets now lead 4-1 in the top of the 7th. Looking at the Yankees and Royals, that game is tied in the top of the 3rd, 0-0. That game is in Game 3. Series is tied 1-1. The Detroit Tigers beat Stephen Vogt's Cleveland Guardians by a score of 3-0, take a 2-1 lead. And Game 4 in Detroit, that is a scary time to be a Guardians fan. And coming up later tonight, I believe, is also the Dodgers and Padres. Crucial Game 4, in which I think the Padres will win. That is your quick out-of-town scoreboard update.
Dylan Cease is going for the Padres tonight.
Yes, he is.
Stud. He's on limited rest, short rest.
You kind of short sold that Mets score because that wasn't just any 4 runs. That was a Francisco Lindor grand slam to make it 4-1.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Wild.
The Power Grimace.
Wild.
Can't stop that guy. Grimace is, I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday, but he jumped on the 7 train to Citi Field. And Mets fans went wild when he walked in.
Did he jump on it, or did he get on it for 1 second and they shot a video and then he got off and got it?
No, he rode it all the way to Citi Field, and he was at the game yesterday too with Pete Alonso's rally pumpkin.
It's so silly. This is just so silly.
They brought out the 2015 Mets for the first pitch, or what? Is that who was out there? It was like Bartolo Colon, and it was
Love.
Who's that other cat that was on that team that was super good? Don't mind her on the top of my head.
Matt Harvey.
Fat Harvey. You think I'm talking about Fat Harvey?
Matt Harvey.
The Dark Knight.
Teams with buys in the new format since 2022. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
0 series wins. 6 seed has made the World Series each year. 5-16 overall record.
It's pretty bad. That's just the National League. American League has had a couple advance, but National League, since they started the new series format, are over. Looks like the trend's going to continue.
Also, like loser fans are like whose team gets eliminated in the wild card? Like, wish we would have had a bye. No, you end up in the same place. Don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Don't matter. Freddie Freeman playing tonight?
Freddie Freeman has been scratched from the Dodgers lineup tonight. That is not a good look for the Dodgers, who, as we alluded to earlier, are already doing a bullpen game. This was reported by Aiden Gonzalez and retweeted by Jeff Passions. He has been scratched from the Dodgers lineup, he being Freddie Freeman. Chris Taylor is in center field. Max Muncy moves to first base. Kike Hernandez is now at third. And Jeff Passions also tweeted a video of Citi Field just going wild. What a scene there in New York for the Mets.
Dodgers are going to get no hit tonight.
I don't know about a no-hitter, but not ideal.
You see
The
Miguel
$1 billion team.
You see Miguel Rojas on social media clapping at fans, because that's what you need to be worried about right now. The shortstop for the LA Dodgers. And by the way, tough loss. Tough loss to the Padres last night. About as exciting as it gets. Just starts clapping on social media, people. Quote, "You think you guys are the only ones who want to win this series?" Also, when I said series, that's not what he said. Every single one of the players and people in this clubhouse are doing everything to win. I left out a word there. It's not because of the effort. I left out a word there. We're doing everything possible. It's not enough to you guys. I understand all you guys want is a victory after the final out. Nobody is in this series, not the word to use, is lost. We plan to win, not to be the reason for the L. Left out a word there. What? He ats people with this stuff.
That is way too time consuming, way too emotional consuming, and they're trolling you, dude. Like these aren't like real people.
Go get him
It's
a
a good
cage.
reflection.
Trolls.
It's a good reflection of Dodger fans, the Dodger organization, and the attitudes in that Dodger clubhouse. I mean, if that's what you're focused on, you're not focused on beating the San Diego Padres. You win tonight, you go back to Dodger Stadium for Game 5. That is arguably one of the toughest places to play baseball in October. And you're like, oh, well, my feelings got hurt. Pobrecito. Give me a break.
The best social media one is one where you just like keep it real simple. Like the wordy stuff, you're a loser. If somebody at you and you just say, I'm trying real hard.
Yeah, just put your. Because they probably misspelled something. If they're dedicating their lives to trolling strangers on the internet, you'll probably find some grammatical or spelling errors.
Also, if you're a professional athlete who wants to do this, take a page out of Kevin Durant's book.
Or not, or don't.
Use an alt.
Yeah.
Use your Finsta.
Hard disagree. If you're going to take the time and waste all of this emotional energy to do this, at least make it your own account. Like, own up to it.
A's outfielder Brent Rooker, who got snubbed of an All-Star appearance this year.
Agree.
It does sad. It was very sad.
Not for me.
Does a really good job responding to fans on social media in a very comedical way and on his own account. So, I mean, that is one way to do it. Now, how many of them are A's fans and how many of them are just betting on Rook to hit a home run?
Are you going to tell us the punchline or not?
But no, I'm just saying, if you're going to do it, handle it like Brent Rooker.
Well, how is that handled?
Brent Rooker responds to DMs with funny comments. Too many for me to pull up right now on Twitter, but I would go take a look at his Twitter, and he does a really good job.
I know of one incident that you're talking about. A guy's like, I had you in a home run parlay. You cost me like $27,000 or something. And he's like, I could not care any less about this DM, and didn't respond for like 3 months, and then sent him a signed jersey after the season.
He like looked up
That's
his
sweet.
information.
Yeah.
I don't like that. That weirds me out.
Well, it's probably very easy to find. The internet exists. You can find both of our information on the internet very easy.
Don't send anything to my house. Send it to the station. It's Two Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. Live from the Albuquerque Dukes, the sports animal.
It's hot.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. We are at the Albuquerque Dukes store. Also, some Dodgers fans just came in here and rizzed us. I don't like that at all. That's super rude.
Deserve it.
The 4th annual Dia de los Deadlifts is at River Point Sports and Wellness, November the 2nd, and the meet director Vanessa Anderson is with us. Vanessa, welcome back.
Hello, thank you for having me back again.
Have we done this 4 years now?
This is our 4th year.
Isn't that
yes.
crazy?
Yes, it's growing every year. Last year we sold out, and we've got 10 spots left. So let's sell it out and raise some funds for Locker 505.
All right, Locker 505, we worked with forever. They are tremendous. I know they have a coat drive going on right now. It's obviously Socktober. So you have anything going on in the world of giving, give to Locker 505. Also, big thank you to French Funerals and Cremations as they are helping bring this bad boy to fruition this year. All right, talk to us about the fellowship. Talk to us about who's supporting. Also, I will do this for you. It only costs $35. That's all it is.
Yes, that's all. For $35, you were 100% this event is 100% benefiting Locker 505. $35, you're going to get to come in and lift, get an awesome shirt. The shirt has been designed by local artist Gael. Really cool, awesome shirt, a lot of fun. I started this event because I was looking for a way to give back to the community, and I want to get people interested in lifting and competing, and it's gone well. It's our 4th year. Every year it's growing bigger and bigger. I go out in public wearing my shirts, and people are asking me about the Los deadlifts. It's an event for everyone. If you like to lift, if you know how to deadlift, whether you're a competitor, a seasoned lifter, or a beginner, this is an event for everyone. It's a lot of fun. The veteran lifters are there cheering on the newer ones, and the newer ones walk out with a PR, feeling good because they've done something to give back to the community. They've done a lift they're proud of, and then they've made friends. So it's a great event. For anyone who's not a lifter, but they want to be involved, they can come and be spectators.
Awesome.
Buy clothing, your new or gently used clothes, your monetary donation will all benefit and help Locker 505. They are looking for clothing from size 3T all the way to adult 3X.
Love that.
And we've got some new sponsors this year. Every year, French Funerals is our main sponsor. They've been amazing. But this year, we've got Jay's Barbecue. You've been to that place over in Louisiana? Great
It's not
place.
barbecue, Van.
Barbecue.
Oh, my.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, the owner is Julian Vargas.
There we go. That makes
Yeah.
total sense. I love that.
Great human and a great restaurant. We are also getting help from Groomingdale's.
The pet spa.
Yes.
Let's go.
And Papalitos Workshop.
Which I've not been to.
They are the ones making the awards. Beautiful awards this year.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm really excited about these.
The divisions are as follows: novice, heavyweight, that's 165 plus, lightweight, which is underneath of that, open, and then the masters, which is where Van would be able to compete, but he's not there in age.
Oh, bummer. I'm close. I am an AARP member, so I have that going for me, which is
so
nice.
I'll see you November 2nd. All right. Got it.
Registration closes October the 15th. The price is $35. The event is limited to 65 athletes, and you said 10 spots remain.
10 spots open, and this year we've got a category for teens and kids. I've got 2 kids under 10 signed up this year.
Oh, that's awesome.
How much
Yeah.
weight will they lift?
I don't know yet. I know that we have a lighter, smaller bar
That
for
makes
them,
more sense. Okay.
but I don't know what they're going to do yet.
What's a
We'll
bar?
find
What's a
out.
bar weight? 45 pounds?
Yes.
That seems like a lot for a kid. I don't know enough about kids.
I believe
Maybe the kids you run around with.
the bar that we've got for the kiddo is either 25 or 35 pounds.
All right, I'm looking at the t-shirt. Do I get a t-shirt if I register? Or this is just a thing I can buy.
Either or. Yeah, you can register and get a shirt, or you can order a shirt from me and I'll make sure you get one.
Shirt is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Okay, one of the event rules is no deadlift suits. I don't know what that is.
I'll bite. I also
This is a learning moment for me.
I
What
don't
is
wanna
it? What's a deadlift suit?
I'd
I'm
assume it's
excited.
like a singlet, probably like a wrestling singlet, right?
This is for
Similar to
you.
that.
Is it like a deadlift suit? No clue. A 36 canvas suit. Is that what Michael Phelps wore when he broke all those swimming records? We're gonna need a microphone for
From
further
the gallery.
explanation. Yeah. There are a handful of rules here. Straps are allowed. Hitching is allowed. So I guess you're gonna have some marriages while you're there. So that's kind of
That's sweet.
All right. So welcome to the program, Vanessa Chauffeur.
This is my husband, James. James is a strongman competitor. He's been competing for years and he's been doing the lowest deadlifts.
And hates phone books.
But you talk to us about the deadlift suit because you've got experience with this suit.
It's just a very thick canvas suit that doesn't let you bend much, but it helps you pick up weight. So
Like keeps you locked in.
yeah, it's very, very tight, very limited. Can't move much in it. Can't breathe in it.
Does it feel like corduroy? Because I think I know what you're talking about.
Well, not corduroy, like canvas.
I'm going to shoot you straight. I don't think I know what that is.
Like the material in a gym bag, kind of.
Yeah, there's no stretch to it, no give to it. So
It keeps you tight, keeps you locked in, and it's cheating.
it's not allowed with some deadlift contests. It's not
Frowned upon by purists, if you will.
right, not allowed
Yeah.
with powerlifting. So
Is it performance enhancing?
it is.
Well, I mean, that kind of solves all that.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, I see here you are inviting sumo wrestlers.
What he means is because I'm allowing conventional or sumo. I am allowing hitching, which
That's what Van
means-
does when he
Yeah, meet a nice lady.
yeah.
Yeah.
so if you're struggling to get that bar up, that's what it means. That's allowed. My event it's not as strict. It's a fun event. It's for charity. It's non-sanctioned, so that's why I'm allowing hitching.
It's not as strict as powerlifting where
Straps
no
are allowed.
straps, no hitching, no ramping, stuff like that,
But here it is. Here straps are allowed. Hitching is allowed.
or cheating.
I like that. So, all right. So, give me the environment. Do I have to do this in front of a bunch of strangers, or is this a thing where you go like to the side of the gym, do it yourself, and report back?
Oh no, there's going to be a crowd of people cheering you on.
Support.
Yes, there
Okay,
is going to
good.
be a huge group of support. It's grown bigger every year. So we have a deadlift platform on the weightlifting floor that we close off, and we run it like a powerlifting meet. So when you come in and weigh in, you're going to give us your opening number, what you're first going to go up and pull.
And that's like a guess.
Educated guess.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
And if anyone needs help figuring that out, we are there to help. So for the new ones who don't know, we're there to help. And I encourage anyone who wants to do this and is unsure, we are happy to meet with them and take them through a whole session to go over form, technique, and help them figure out their numbers. We can do that too. I've got trainers who are very involved with Dia de los Deadlifts, Isaiah Reyes, Cowboy James, Andrew Valdez,
Hold up.
Kara.
His name is a pro wrestling name.
That's
Cowboy
awesome.
James is how he is known.
Does Ray
Does he-
Birmingham know about this?
Because he deadlifts in his boots.
He does. There's
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
there is pictures
No
to prove.
deadlift suits, but Wranglers
Yeah.
are okay.
Welcome to the stage, Cowboy James. That's
Yeah.
the different
That's
job.
sweet.
I picked the wrong job.
Oh, yeah.
you see what I did.
Yeah.
Awkward. November the 2nd is the event. There will be a ton of fundraising. Also, if you do want to support competitors or you want to support Locker 505, donations at the door. Obviously, we talked about clothing for students. Obviously, monetary is always acceptable as well.
Always.
Also, I think we talked about it. Van and I are on the board of directors at the YMCA. We do our absolute best to encourage fellowship and healthy living in the community. I have many years working in sports and wellness. It is a different product than the YMCA, and if it's a thing you're excited about doing, is there incentive with sports and wellness right now for those who come into attendance? Is there a hang out with us for a week? Is there a come and see the club reason for individuals to come out and support?
Oh yes. I would love to show our gym, our facility to everyone who comes in to visit. Absolutely. Give them a tour. We're going to have vendors. We've got Wow Wow Lemonade coming out and selling some good stuff. So yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we would love to show everyone the facility, give them a tour, and see what we can do to help them on their fitness, on their wellness journey.
I did a polar bear plunge one time at River Point.
Were you the polar bear?
Is that when you jump in? Because yes.
Yeah.
I didn't chase the people in, so I don't know if that's
Yeah.
But it was you jump in and then you jump right back out or whatever. That's the polar bear plunge. But all the TV was there. So I jumped in, swam all the way
Swim
across.
around a little bit.
Yeah, to like
for
show
sure.
it off or whatever. And I regretted it. There was not enough hot water in the shower to get me back to normal. Like I think I'm still cold right now. Foolish decision. One more time, give us the details on the 4th annual.
November 2nd. So if you're interested in signing up and participating in those deadlifts, please go to ironpodium.com. If you have any questions for me, I'm Vanessa Anderson. I'm the personal training manager and the meet director at River Point Sports and Wellness. Call River Point, ask for me. I would love to help get you set up. Let's all come together. Let's lift, let's have fun, and let's raise money for Locker 505.
Yeah. Love that. Love everything about it. Vanessa, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Vanessa Chauffeur, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Not so bad. Whenever we get back from the break, more from the Albuquerque Duke store. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Unseal the envelope. Mail order delivery. Unseal the envelope. Messenger is sender. Sender is in the zone of the ideal.
Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of 90s marketing.
This might be my worst one because, and the reason why is I have no idea like what to go for until I hear you guys go. So this is going to be truly off the top, and I have no idea what I'm going to be thinking of here.
All right, we're excited because we are too.
505-312-4999, league office 280 at i9sports.com. Also been thinking of Vanessa Anderson, who just joined us, who is very good at helping people.
Yeah.
I think I've joked about this on air before. I don't have the best relationship with sports and wellness since my time at Sports and Wellness. I think that's true for a lot of people who work somewhere at some point. But they do not fail at helping people, and I'm a fan of that. Also, the Y cost $1 a day. The only difference between the Y and Sports and Wellness, and I'm telling you, director of one ran another one, is the hot tub and the sauna. That's
Literally it.
That's literally it.
Sure.
And the hot tub and sauna are sweet. Like, if you want a hot tub and sauna, go get it. Like, do that thing. But to me, like, I don't care about the sauna enough. All right, man. I know you lived in the 90s late night infomercial world the way
Sure.
that I did.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
I am not going to go that way.
Okay.
You thought I was going to. You thought I was going to go infomercials for sure.
I thought you were going wrestling toys. I'm going to be brutally honest, man. Thought it was going to be like stretch Hulk Hogan or something. Yeah.
I mean, that would be awesome if that was an option.
It is. Is it not a thing? Because I just assumed it was.
You remember those Wrestle Buddy pillows?
Yeah, I do.
Those things were
Yeah,
sweet.
I had an Ultimate Warrior.
They were super sweet. All right. Am I going first?
Go ahead, buddy.
Now, this one, I don't know how well you guys are going to accept it. And I could really drag this out. But if I did, it would just keep going and going and going and going and going. The Energizer Bunny is brilliant.
Genius.
It goes across all kinds of mediums. You put the Energizer Bunny on a Simpsons episode, you put it in Hot Shots, you put it in anywhere, and you don't even have to say people know.
Right.
Give me the Energizer Bunny.
That's a good one. That's a real good one. You mentioned midnight infomercials, and the king is obviously Ronco.
That is correct.
Ronco sold you every unnecessary appliance and doodad that you never needed.
Talking about Ron Popel.
Yes, I am. Let's see how good it worked. Hey, Zay, set it and forget it. Forget it is the answer. You said it and forget it.
Yeah.
So number one, I was seeing if it skipped like 2 generations and it was relevant enough for Isaiah to know.
No.
I was wrong.
It was a good one.
Almost.
Yeah. First on my I-9 Varsity.
That's a good one.
90s marketing is Ronco.
Ron Popel.
Okay, so I think I get the vibe here. And I'm going to go with Lucky the Leprechaun from Lucky Charms.
What?
Okay.
The leprechaun for Lucky Charms.
Yeah, they're magically delicious. Yeah, we know that.
Yes.
Dog.
They're very
Lucky came out in 1960.
Yeah. Okay. But the commercials were very prevalent in the 90s. I'll give him that one.
They're literally, it's top 10 for the commercials that define the 90s.
Yes.
Lucky Charms. I don't know if the Energizer Bunny came out in the 90s. That's a fact that I'm glad I know now. I'd be shocked if it wasn't earlier than that. The batteries were around a little longer in the 90s.
No, I mean, batteries have been around for some time, but the bunny, it's all about the bunny. Now, I think I got a good one here.
All right, hit me.
Now, for this one, and it's a little funky, what I'm going to say, okay? Calvin Klein.
Okay. Everywhere. Everywhere.
And I think there's a entire culture of people that wore their pants a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Because it was made cool by Calvin Klein.
All right. So the friends of the show watching with us right now
Yeah.
is going to enjoy this a lot more than those just listening. Because what does that say right there, baby? What does that say right there on my drawers? I got a pair of Calvin Klein drawers on right now. Am I a child of the 90s or am I a child of the 90s?
They got you.
Got me good.
Yeah, Calvin Klein waistbands on your underwear is made famous by Mark Wahlberg.
Yes, he did. Next on my I-9 varsity of 90s marketing is clear liquid. Why did they try to make everything clear?
Pepsi Clear.
Pepsi Clear.
Came out in 85.
Zima. Like Zima. Why is Zima? Why was Zima a thing? Like, why did you try to tell people Sprite was healthy because it wasn't brown? Like, why are you trying to sell me everything clear in the 90s?
An idiot at a bar over the weekend told me that ginger ale didn't have sugar in it.
That is wild.
That's because of what you're talking about.
There's like a yellow tint to it, but clearish.
It's clear adjacent.
Yeah. There's no sugar in it. It's clear.
Isaiah?
Okay, so I think what became very popular amongst teenagers and kids in the 90s was the signature orange Nickelodeon like the slime, the splash, the splash logo. So I guess slime started in 79. So I can't call that the whole slime thing coming about.
Correct.
But it's the orange logo, I believe, like Rugrats. Rugrats is earlier in the 90s, huh?
Pretty iconic.
No,
yeah, it's pretty
Rugrats
iconic.
Is 90s.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as original IPs from Nickelodeon, it is the most profitable one ever.
More than SpongeBob?
That is correct.
Whoa.
Here's why. SpongeBob wasn't owned by Nickelodeon. It was owned by the dude who just died, and that's why and because they own it now, that's why you're seeing it at like NFL games
everywhere.
And stuff. Yeah, because
sure.
before he wouldn't do that. Now your answer was good. Okay,
it was good. It was good. Strong work.
Now my answer goes better, and actually fresh goes better. With Mentos Fresh and Full of Life.
Genius.
It's the most brilliant ad campaign I had ever seen.
Yeah.
All types of corny clips from American culture, people of all shapes, sizes, colors, and they would get in a unfortunate situation, but it would be okay because fresh goes better, and they would pop a Mentos.
Side note, quick diversion. Some balloon enthusiasts just walk by the Duke's team store.
Okay, yes.
And I'm not like great at reading lips, but I believe the lady said, "Hey, look, they have podcasts in Albuquerque."
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that just happened. Walking in front of the Duke's team store right now in the Nob Hill Shopping Center. So their bar for being impressed about what Albuquerque has to offer is podcasts.
The best part about you reading their lips is they were obviously speaking in German. So that was you're incredible with Duolingo.
Pretty good. Next on my I-9 varsity of 90s marketing, why did every teenage girl smell like a stripper?
You're talking about cucumber lotion.
I'm talking about Bath and Body Works.
Yeah.
Every girl on the planet had to have Bath and Body Works lotion and spray. And little did they know, years later, that's like strip club stuff. Like you lather yourself and you smell like a bouquet of fake flowers.
I don't want to interrupt, but this is a what came first, chicken or the egg situation.
Yeah,
So those individuals you're talking about went on to illustrious careers at the places you're talking about. So it's not actually the profession; it was the person creating the art. So there you go.
Or was it they knew what dudes wanted, and apparently you want to smell like a
Isaiah?
I'm going to go with the super famous Windows logo, like the internet computer Windows logo that had the colorful, what was it, the blue, yellow, orange. Let me see. At least I can find the logo.
Now, you're not talking about Macintosh, right?
No, the one that's got the little squares. It looks like it's drifting away, like it's fading away in the wind.
The Windows 95 logo.
Yes, the Windows Microsoft logo. and specifically the one that had in the 90s, is the one that I remember seeing. Brings back nostalgia for me when I was trying to find a game to play on the computer.
Minesweeper. The game was called Minesweeper.
I didn't know how to play. I just clicked everything.
You probably lost.
Yeah.
I definitely did. And I never understood why I was losing, but it felt cool because on the computer.
Now, I would encourage you to let go of that memory the way that I would tell people to let go of my Butterfinger.
Don't you dare lay a finger.
Don't you Getting Bart Simpson at the prime of Bart Simpson, as smart as anything you could ever do. And what color is the wrapper of Butterfinger? The exact same color as Bart Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
It was an extension of Bart Simpson. Propelled him to $130 million a year in Butterfingers, and it's like the worst of all the candy bars.
I don't know. I thought so earlier, but Butterfingers are growing on me a lot.
It's better than Raisinets, and that's like it.
That's wild that Raisinets exist.
Yeah, they're not.
It's
good.
bonkers. That's like World War II rations that they gave you. It should be punishment eating Raisinets. Next on my I-9 varsity of 90s marketing, if your dad didn't get into a fist fight to get one of these for your sister for Christmas,
okay,
he didn't love you.
Are you going to say a marble duffel bag?
He didn't love you because for whatever reason, the creepiest toy of all time,
Furbies.
You're supposed to tickle it, I guess, and it laughed at you.
Oh, the Elmo.
That Tickle Me Elmo.
Yeah, good one.
That was genius marketing to get people to buy that thing. It is insanely creepy and still is.
That is maybe the best example of like a false scarcity ever. Like to say that the scarcity exists around this when it did not was as ludicrous of anything I think I've ever seen.
Genius.
So smart.
Top to bottom.
Isaiah, you got one more in here or no?
Yes, I do.
Oh, good.
I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier.
Okay.
But the PlayStation logo, and the one that I'm thinking of is going to be the one that was on your PlayStation 1. When you load up the load screen, that's just such a. I mean, the PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, I don't think there's ever a bad game on either of those consoles. It was like, if you liked the game, if you felt the game fit your needs, it usually gave you everything you wanted out of it.
The real sell for PlayStation for me, also that startup sound that you're talking about, that was the special thing in my childhood.
Yeah, for sure.
But it wasn't the games itself per se. It was going to the Blockbuster on Friday. There was something hit about going to the Blockbuster, which was sharing a wall with the Little Caesars.
Always.
Yes.
And at the Little Caesars, if you bought the whatever pack, you got a coupe for the Blockbuster.
Yes, sir.
You go right next door, get Twisted Metal, go home, stay up all night.
That was awesome. I'm glad I got to live those days, going and renting the Blockbuster games. You open the actual box to find the disc inside of the box.
Maybe, unless you were me and put in a different CD and whenever you returned it, knowing that the Blockbuster kid wouldn't check it.
There's that too.
Times.
I found a couple of your CDs.
Now, Isaiah, I'm glad you said you got to experience that. But
I was right when it was going out.
But had you got milk?
I did. Stopped in like 2008, I feel like.
Lactate. The wildest part about Got Milk in the campaign, which everyone remembers, the milk mustache on everyone.
Right.
That's like a non-brand product.
Yeah.
Like
it's just milk.
It's just milk. Like, is this for California Happy Cows? Is this for Creamland? Is is there some sort of big milk?
Big Milk. Yeah, Big Milk was doing that.
Prairie Farms was very popular.
There wasn't a single broken bone from 1991 to 1999. Not one.
Prairie Farms is where me and Isaiah grew up. Prairie Farm, Farm Fresh, just milk, just so much milk.
You know what's super wild? People thought tiny plush toys would be valuable.
You're all right. I like where you're going with this.
People thinking that Beanie Babies had any value whatsoever. Like, oh my God, I got one of the Princess Diana Beanie Babies. This is going to be priceless. We're going to be rich. No, it's a plush toy. It's like a quarter of a pound of fluff and material that will degrade over time. And you didn't take the tag off and you think it's going to be worth money. You got hustled.
They made a strong comeback. They're called like Webkins or something like that.
Every generation has.
Yeah,
them.
they all have a thing.
Yeah.
There was the Pet Rock
for sure.
There were like these things.
People still play carnival games too. Like there's like you're gonna lose. You're wasting your money.
Isaiah, if you don't have a closer, I got one.
I'm gonna go with Gap, the clothing store. Gap. I believe from what I've heard, it was very, very popular in the 90s.
It was you're correct. It was insanely popular in the 90s.
As I grew up, it wasn't. I mean, it was a place. When my mother took me there, I'd usually cry if I knew I was getting school clothes from there because I wouldn't want to go get clothes out of there. But
yeah, I don't see you wearing form-fitting khakis when you're a child, Zay. What are you doing at the Gap?
I'm glad we agreed.
Yeah. I'm still a Gap guy. Like I don't wear branded clothes like ever, like unless it's like the Dukes or like Duke City Championship Wrestling.
That's
like,
it. Yeah.
That's all I ever wear. It did start in the 70s. It was a Levi Strauss thing, and then it's and they own like Old Navy.
Old Navy. Yeah.
They
By the
own
way,
Banana
Old
Republic.
Navy is Gap. It's the same clothes with a different tag on it.
Yeah, it comes out a season behind.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
That's it.
The real answer to this one, though, and we didn't hit it first, but we could have hit it first, is what Pepsi did with Cindy Crawford in 1992 changed Super Bowl commercials forever.
You're correct.
We would not have the world we have today. You don't even know what this is, Isaiah. She climbs out of this red sports car, walks over to a vending machine, buys a Pepsi. There are these two kids watching her that are just in like prepubescent heaven. Like she cracks open the can, takes a glug, and I can't give you the exact quote or whatever, but the kids are like, because the car heard the hotness, and the kids are like, well, that's a great new Pepsi can. you're like, no, this is the most sophisticated and the prettiest, and this is the best ad I had ever seen. And Super Bowl commercials were changed forever. So give me Cindy Crawford drawing attention in her Super Bowl ad for Pepsi.
When did Doritos start taking over?
Same company. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So if we're gonna pretend to be a sports show for a couple more minutes,
yeah.
The Monday Night Football theme song with Hank Williams Jr. in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like all my rowdy friends are coming over tonight. Everyone, not even non-football fans, knew that song. It took over.
Monday Night Football used to hit different.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would get 30 million people.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Destination viewing.
When Brett Favre threw 4 touchdown passes the day after his dad died to Antonio Freeman, ?
Correct.
Oh, look at me.
Yep. The back catch.
You know how many people saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Don't exist no more. Isaiah, close it out if you got one.
How about Friends? I know you guys hate Friends. You hate the show Friends, but I'm going to just toss Friends up because number one, I know it was very popular in the 90s and the little F with the dot and the R and the dot. I know that was very, very noticeable, but also the internet froze on me. So
also like
anything better.
Making people think it was a good television. Like that was wild.
I'll tell you what it did do is
watch Friends without the laugh track. It's like a horror movie.
It ruined a lot of things for a lot of years. It ruined coffee shops. Like coffee shops went from like a free manageable workspace to a mismatched collaboration of secondhand found chairs and wobbly tables and poor lighting. It ruined coffee shops. And then number two, because Friends is made for white people, it gave this false illusion that you could afford to live in New York City,
which you
LA,
cannot.
Chicago, Seattle as a bartender or whatever. I don't know what the job is, which ruined a lot of people financially for years. You cannot chase the dream of moving away, befriending 6 strangers, and then affording a lavish lifestyle not focused around work. That's not real.
Accurate.
Some people are like living in that in between. They've like cheated, they've cracked the code, and they have managed. Usually it comes from like a lot of parental help.
Usually, like in their mid-20s, they're kind of still living that life post-college. They've like extended the college life through the rest of the 20s, where somehow they just managed to. Because I see it just because I'm at that age now where I'm starting to see who can pull that off. And I've got friends that just they're at every single sporting event, every single. I'm like, how?
You're talking about me?
No, well, yes, but like I have an understanding of how you pull it off.
Oh yeah, I work nonstop every day, all the time. It's miserable.
But then I've got people who I know haven't had to cross that bridge. I'm like, how? I'm not going to pocket watch or anything. Like, wow, that's impressive. They're at suites every single game.
I was at the office at 7 a.m. this morning. It's almost 7 p.m. right now. Every single day.
Gotta embrace that love like Mitch. Money Mitch.
Who is Mitch?
Hayden Fool. Oh, come on.
Mitch
McConnell. You guys have seen it.
Moscow Mitch?
Never seen it? Love
Mitch from Dazed and Confused.
Mitch Williams, relief pitcher for the Fizz.
Are any of these close to correct?
Nah, got farther and farther than where you guys get.
Well, not to steal one more from the 90s before we go to break, but sometimes you just got to be like Mitch.
Play like Mekhi Phifer. Played by Mekhi Phifer.
This isn't a movie. There's no Mekhi Phifer.
Nice.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. These programs. Welcome back to the program.
Dan, you got a final score?
We do. The New York Metropolitans are moving on to the National League Championship Series as they defeated the perennial favorites, Philadelphia.
Does that have anything to do with
San Francisco Grand Slam?
Yeah, that was all the runs they needed.
4-1 was
the final.
4-1 was the final.
Philadelphia
Phillies have been eliminated from World Series contention. That is correct.
Oh, there you go.
Metropolitans are the first team going into the Final Four.
Being reported 50 minutes ago, the Padres are refusing to do in-game interviews with Ken Rosenthal during Game 3 because he wrote a weird article.
He did, and it was. He needs to have some.
Yeah, I agree. His bow ties aren't a personality.
God, you beat me to it.
Sorry.
You beat me to it. Just because you wear a bow tie doesn't mean you're an arbiter of any of this stuff. Like
sports media sucks. I don't know if you guys are up to speed on this. I haven't brought it up on air because it's such a weird story. Currently, the NFLPA is trying to get reporters out of locker rooms, and NFL writers they're upset. They want to be in here.
It's gross.
It's gross.
First
it's
off.
weird. I've been working in like a long time. I've never one time been like, oh, I can't wait to rush in there and invade everyone's privacy.
Not once.
Never.
Not once has that appealed to me.
Don't want to be in the locker room. It is weird to be in the locker room if you're not a player or a coach, and really if you're not a player.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: if you really look at it from a broad scale, right? When you look at anybody who's obsessed or really has infatuation for a person, maybe because they're in love with them, or say they play a sport, or they're like a big fan, like their girlfriend or wife, or husband, whatever, and like they're infatuated with a person. When they are cool with you being present when they're doing things that people aren't usually present for, it makes them feel like super accepted. They like super appreciate, like, wow, I can be here while they're doing this, and they don't care. I must really, and they like in their own mind, it like elevates them. And I feel like that's why a lot of these reporters, because they're NFL players and because they're stars, are like, oh, well, most people can't be in the locker rooms when they're changing, but we can.
You are talking. Yeah, I like your perspective. I don't think it's wrong. I think it's even a little more simple. It's not an even playing field. It's not equal. If you can look at my manhood and I cannot look at yours, we don't need to be having a conversation.
That should be the loophole right there. If you want to be a reporter and you want to go into the locker room, you got to hang gong too. You got to whip it out with everyone else. And you ask your questions while you're wearing a towel that you draped open a little too much in the middle. And you see, like, everyone knows which San Francisco 49er thing in the most going on. These creeps are in the locker room all the time. It should be the same way with the reporters.
What's up, Wayne?
There are dudes that are just watchers, too. Okay.
Not a single question.
Nope.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne on the phone. Wayne like Bruce Wayne.
Friend of the show, Bruce Wayne. Welcome.
I totally agree. I mean, I have to chime in on this too because I totally agree with you guys. Is that being in a locker room is not a. It's not a right. And I think that's the reason why they have right outside the locker room, so that can still get the access to them. I get you get your credentials and you gain more access, but being right outside the locker room in a press box, that is still more access than 99% of the people who are fans. So and they have the press boxes up and the other, like the suites for the and stuff too. So there's plenty of access that they have residency on the sidelines, everywhere else that no one else has access to. So you have to at least see and realizing that in the locker room is a privilege, not a right.
I know. I mean, this is a good call. I know reporters who have tried to get championship rings and stuff. That's the weirdest thing I've ever said.
Yeah.
Guy's upset.
You're supposed to be like an upstanding member of the press. You're supposed to be an objective journalist. And on the last day of the year, you're trying to get autographs for your kid. Like,
and a lot of times, what you'll see is these reporters, and I saw this happen one time where she was like complaining. I don't know exactly what I forgot, but she was complaining saying that, like, yeah, it's uncomfortable going in the locker rooms because sometimes the guys will purposely drop their towels and stuff. And it's like if it bothers you that much, you wouldn't be in there. It's like, what do you expect? And she's like, oh, the players they're not bothered. They purposefully will show up. I'm like, well, they probably figure you're in there anyways. So they're like, might as well. And then and you also wonder why reporters want to be in the locker rooms. And here's the one thing I can say to defend them for wanting to be in there. And I don't think it has anything to do with seeing them in their manhood.
I do.
And what I do know is that fresh after a game, like say you can't get to somebody when they're leaving the field. Usually right after a game when they're in the locker rooms, if you can get a juicy answer or get them to give some headline or blame a teammate or say something that can make headlines, they usually are probably going to say it that fresh after the game in the locker rooms when emotions are still high. Whereas if they can get dressed and shower and you leave the locker room, by that point you're facing public. So you're probably in a different mind state and you're going to say things that are safer for your image. In the locker room, you're going to let it fly. Like you're not going to really hold back because you're hot, you're angry.
I mean, I agree there is an element to that, but also like you spend a lot of time in locker rooms, eh? I've spent a lot of time in locker rooms, Fred, you as well. It's gross. It smells, and even the nicest locker rooms are swampy and gross and sweaty and humid, and that's where you contract MRSA. Like these athletes, like they're almost impervious to like regular staph infections. These dork reporters, they're not. You're going to get a staph infection once or twice a year, and you're going to be on antibiotics so you could ask a juicy question. Like, no, wait a couple minutes, bro.
The years I've been sportsing, like I'm currently doing, I think I've gone into 2 locker rooms, and it was because they made us. It was like there wasn't like a place outside. Also, there's this idea now that if you're breaking news, if you're live when it's happening, like you're not, like you're reporting upon content being reported by someone else. Whenever what did we just say? What was the final score? 4-1 Mets moved to the NLCS.
Yeah.
We're not breaking that news.
Right.
That's not us.
Sure.
We're filling our content. And there's nothing so exclusive or unique about that locker room setting. Also, me and you two both know me pretty well. I have too much anxiety to have people around my stuff. Like, no, do not steal my Vicodin pain pills. Like, do not.
Very important.
Like, do not. Why do I have to have a safe here?
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey, Rick, can I have a Tylenol? I got a headache. No, sorry. You can't have what's in that jar. Don't believe the label.
Super weird. Yeah. Hey, but like there's other ones I'm into. You got like a press conference, you got like a public setting stuff. If I come up to you and like, hey, so-and-so athlete, big fan of yours for a long time. We're going to put this interview on the podcast. Can we grab a photo? That's not weird to me. You do the exact same thing in the locker room. You've weirded me out beyond belief.
Super weird. Yeah. Hard agree.
When we get back from the break, we wrap up the program live from the Duke store. It's 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. We're live at Sadie's on 4th tomorrow night. We'll be on air until 5:30. You can come hang out with us, watch Thursday Night Football. Live music on the patio. Going to be a lot of fun. I will be out there. Aaron Buck-Burnett joining me on the program. Van Nunley on assignment tomorrow. His assignment is playing golf.
Well, I mean, I have a golf show, so it's an important part of the job
to play golf.
As I play golf at beautiful places, I get to play Paco for the first time tomorrow,
What does
and
that
I've
mean?
never been more excited.
What is that? That's a place?
It is a beautiful resort golf
You don't
course
know
on
that.
the
You've
other
never
side
been
of the
there.
mountain. Well, I've seen pictures. Like, pictures exist. 27 holes on the other side of the mountain, and I've never been more stoked.
Are you going to live stream or are you going to like act like you've been there before?
We're going to do all this stuff. We'll live stream a little bit, we'll get some content for the interwebs, get some content for the program.
At Talk ABQ.
Obviously. Yeah, it's going to be fun. We'll tell you all about it on Dirty Boys Present, Filling the Holes every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. right here on 95.9 FM AM 690 Sports Animal.
Going Over returns this Saturday as college football doesn't start until later in the morning. So that's super sweet for me. So a little bit of pro wrestling talk as well. And you catch Isaiah this Saturday.
Actually, no, because I'm driving home and our DC, he's had shoulder surgery. So DC is recovering.
You need me and Van to cover you? Is that what you're saying?
Well, there'd be no producer, so it's
I can produce a radio show. What do you just press on and off? Like
we'll chat. We'll chat.
Here, let me do something real quick. Carlos, Carl. All right, we got it covered. Isaiah, final words.
Let's tailgate talk next week.
Okay, good talk. Hey, check out the opening drive, guys. It's a great show.
Good job, everyone. Keep breathing.
See you tomorrow, Burke. Actually,